Have you ever felt like budgeting means tracking each tiny expense to stay in control of your money? A lot of people imagine budgeting only in that way. And don't get me wrong, I am not against it. I tried it myself. I tried tracking it daily. I try reviewing weekly. And each time it started feeling like another job. It just never worked well for me. What worked much better is building system that give my money direction without making me obsess over each tiny expense. How I think about budgeting, what changed for me, and the system I have been using that generally work for me. And that's what I'm talking about in this video. Hi, my name is Ross, friends call me Sensei, let's go. A quick reminder before we start. I am not financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I am simply sharing my personal experience, what I am learning and what's working for me. One more thing, along this channel I am also building Global Investment Club, a web project focused on investing, financial education and long-term wealth building. If you like to check it out, I will leave the link in the description below. For the long time, my relationship with money was very simple. I earn money, I spend it, wait for next paycheck, and repeat the cycle again. Firstly, I think that earning more money will solve everything, and after significant raise of income, I noticed that I am still living paycheck to paycheck. The next phase, I told myself I will try to spend less and put aside something that left in the end of the month. Never wasn't. A big shift for me happens when I realize that money can become a tool, something that help you build security, create opportunities, and in the future start working for you. That's the point when I read The Richest Man in Babylon, The Cures for Lean Purse and Law of Gold from this book very influenced me. My recommendation in case you didn't read it. It's very simple but practical book. The truth is, no matter how much you earned, if you cannot control the small sum of money, the higher income alone doesn't solve anything. That's when I start thinking about budgeting not as limited myself, but is way to save the money. So, what I'm actually doing? My system is simple and more important, it's work well for me. I have been using this approach for years and it gives me something that I don't have before. Clarity consistently and the feeling that I'm actually controlling my spending. When income comes in, I immediately separate it for different baskets, accounts. For me, it's look like savings, nevertheless 10%, and I am consistently working to increase this percentage. Essential, personal spending, and future goals. And inside savings, I divided more for emergency fund, debt repayment, and investment. The key principle always the same. As soon as money hits my bank account, I separate it. That matter a lot for me because if I move money first, then my priorities already protected and I don't need to track every tiny expense. That doesn't mean that I spend everything that left for fancy dinner or some random stuff. Yeah, in the beginning it was harder because I'm still don't know what I need to live comfortably. But over the time, this system helped me understand my real baseline and make spending feels more intentional. It made the future feeling like something I start taking care of. For some people, tracking expenses every day, working especially if the goal is to save as much money as soon as possible. But for me, it's just feeling too heavily and exhausting. I want something practical, something I could follow for months and years. And this system does it. So instead of on focusing on transaction, I focusing on bigger question. How much money I am invest? Do I repay debts? I am moving forward or stay still. That give me enough control without turning money management into daily stress, which is important for me. So, what I understand overall, that wealth building start with behavior. It doesn't start with huge income. Progress doesn't start with becoming rich. It has to start with better money habits. If your budgeting system look different, I would generally like to hear about it. So let me know in the comments. Do you track every expense or you prefer the system like mine? And if you found this video helpful, feel free to like, subscribe. I would glad to have you here.